Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, June 27th, 2024. Fire potential impacts for the next few days include some wind today over eastern Nevada and into western Utah and far southern Idaho, with continued isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms over central Idaho mountains, western Wyoming, and much of central and eastern Utah. The storms in central eastern Utah have the best chance of producing some precipitation. Friday's kind of an in-between day with light winds and decreasing thunderstorm activity in far eastern Utah. And then on Saturday, we'll see some winds return ahead of a cold front for the weekend. Here, the precipitation and lightning from yesterday. We had quite an active day for both precipitation and lightning, and quite a few new fires from the lightning, especially in Idaho. Recent fire activity shown here. I don't have numbers for fires in acres for yesterday. However, just based off this map, we can see quite a few new fires, especially in western Idaho and a smattering over Nevada and southwest Utah. Some of these larger fires in southwest Idaho were anywhere from a few hundred acres to a few thousand acres. Precipitation for the past 7 days and 30 days are shown here. The past 7 days showing precip over mainly Utah and a portion over central Nevada. This doesn't include yesterday's precipitation, but the dry trend really continues, especially over portions of northern Utah and into western Nevada. ERCs are shown here. We did see some ERCs come down yesterday because of the cloud cover, higher RHs, and some precipitation in Idaho. Same story for Nevada for some of that precip we've seen over the last 24 to 36 hours. And the values are still somewhat elevated over southwest Utah and especially up into eastern Idaho and western Wyoming. A closer look at the ERCs for southwest Idaho are showing those values hit historical maximums 2 days ago and then started to come down yesterday with the higher RHs there. We should see those values continue to drop just a bit today and then sort of level out before increasing next week. And then further south over the southwest Utah, those values have come down a bit yesterday with some precip there, right around average for the time of year, but increasing with drier air moving in. All right, this morning's satellite imagery showing that trough over the Pacific Northwest. That's what's really increased the thunderstorm coverage yesterday and will continue to bring increased thunderstorms to some portions of the area today. We do see drier air already moving into Nevada for lower relative humidities in those areas and high pressure located to the south and east. So for today, we have the low pressure center tracking further eastward, bringing continued gusty winds over eastern Idaho, northwest eastern Nevada, northwest Utah, and south central Idaho for some high risk there today. Moisture still in place over central and eastern Utah for thunderstorms this afternoon. So a closer look at those winds, showing gusty winds along the upper Snake River Plain in western Wyoming, but relative humidities are higher there slightly, and temperatures are also lower. And some gusty winds continuing along Sierra Front, eastern Nevada, and then parts of southern southwest Utah. Minimum relative humidities are going to be up over central and eastern Utah, portions of Idaho, but drying over Nevada. Precip for this afternoon, well, this morning we should expect some precip over this east central Idaho mountains throughout the morning hours, and then this afternoon the precipitation will develop once again with the showers and thunderstorms over central and eastern Utah. Maximum temperatures are down today with the trough moving through, especially across the north. Highs in the 80s or below, 70s for much of Idaho and northern Nevada. Highs in the 80s elsewhere across much of Utah and Nevada. Tomorrow's kind of an in-between day again with the dry pattern and light winds, no high risk. Closer look at the winds here, some breezy conditions over far southern Nevada and southwest Utah, but below any kind of red flag warning criteria or high risk. And then just some lingering showers and thunderstorms over the higher elevations of eastern Utah with drier air spreading throughout the rest of the area. On Saturday, another trough drops into the Pacific Northwest. This will bring dry southwest flow to much of the Great Basin with a rapid increase in temperatures area-wide. We do have some high risk for some winds over portions of the central Great Basin. Again, those winds elevated over Nevada and into southwest Utah. Still not super high, but in the wake of some of this lightning, we're being cautious about potential for holdovers to pop up with those warm, dry winds. Minimum relative humidities are quite low on Saturday across much of the area. 3-day precip totals are shown here. The precip over Idaho is going to be mostly this morning today, and then further south in Utah and a little bit of Nevada is also today before drying for the next couple of days. On Sunday, that trough opens up and moves through, bringing another shot of some cooler temperatures to the north and chances of some precip. That'll be mostly Sunday into Monday, but still warm and dry on Sunday across much of the areas across the south. No higher risk on Sunday just yet, but we're keeping an eye on that wind. Monday, the trough moves off to the east, bringing again a little shot of some cooler temperatures to the north, but generally dry. Maybe a little bit of precip right along the Sierra or the central Idaho mountains on our northern border, but elsewhere just a dry, cool front. And then back to that dry pattern by Tuesday. Continued dryness on Wednesday. We'll start to see the high pressure ridge build in for the second half of the work week for some pretty hot temperatures moving in. And the precip totals for the 7-day don't change too much. Still expecting precip in Utah today, but we do see a little bit of an enhancement to some precip possible over the central Idaho mountains coming in that Sunday to Monday timeframe. Then the extended forecast for June or July 4th through 10th puts us in above normal temperatures across much of the geographic area with below normal precipitation over Idaho and Nevada. This monsoon signal is a little bit weak during this time frame. I'm not expecting a whole lot of southerly moisture to be moving up during that 4th of July week. That concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.